Hello everyone, in this video we're going to draw a hammerhead shark. First we'll draw a few simple shapes for a bit of structure, then we'll add the final drawing on top using easy line work, and then we'll add some shading for the final result. I'll add a link for the materials used in the description below. Let's jump in. Start by drawing a circle as a guide for the front part of the body. And an easy way to draw a circle is to first make a couple of small marks to indicate the circle's height, and then on the sides make a couple more small marks to indicate the circle's width. Then just connect the small marks using curved lines to finish the shape of the circle. And sketch lightly at first so that it's easy to erase if you make a mistake. And also pause the video as you follow along to draw at your own pace. And you don't have to draw a perfect circle, but if you're having trouble drawing one, it's okay to use a lid or a bottle cap or a cup or anything else with a circular edge and then just trace around that. And now let's draw the guide for the long hammer-like head. So first let's make a mark inside the circle and make the mark slightly higher than the center of the circle. So this would be the center, just slightly higher. And then extend this mark sideways to create a long sloping line. It's sort of a horizontal line, but it does slope slightly because the shark is going to be facing the viewer. It's going to be facing us, but slightly turning. So make the right side of this line extend farther outside of the circle than the left side. It doesn't have to be exact, but as long as you get this shape more or less, it should be fine. And below that, draw another line parallel to the first one for the bottom edge of the hammer-like head. And the lines don't have to be perfectly straight. If you're having a hard time drawing straight lines though, you can use a ruler or a straight edge, but it's just a sketch for now. And then close off the shapes using short lines on the sides. And this creates a long rectangular shape for the hammer-like head. And now let's draw the guide for the body by first drawing a sloping line starting on top of the circle, and then curve the line going down. And draw a similar line at the bottom to create a sort of triangular shape. And notice how this shape tapers in on the right side. So it's similar to a triangle. Then close off the shape on the right using a short line. Now draw a curved line on top of the circle as a guide for the dorsal fin. So let's draw a long curved vertical line at the top. And pay attention to how tall this line is in relation to the circle. It's almost the same height as the height of the circle. And below that, draw similar shapes as guides for the pectoral fins. So first let's draw a line that curves to the left. And add another curved line just to make the shape slightly thicker. And notice how it comes to a point at the bottom. Make it wide, make the shape wide at the top and thin and pointy at the bottom. And let's draw a similar shape on the right side, starting on the bottom right side of the circle. And then add another curved line to finish this shape. And now let's add a couple more triangular shapes on the right side to finish off the guide for the tail. So first let's draw a long sloping line curving up and to the right. And then add another curved line next to it to form a triangular shape. And that's the top part of the tail. And let's draw a similar shape at the bottom, but make this shape smaller. So let's draw a shorter line first, a short vertical line, and then a short sloping line, because the bottom fin on the tail is shorter and smaller than the top fin. And that's it for the guidelines. Now let's start on the final drawing. Okay, inside the rectangular shape on the left side, lightly sketch a small circle for the eye. And curve the shape slightly to conform to the shape of the head, so make it more like an oval. And when you get the shape right, darken the lines. And pay attention to how big this shape is. It doesn't take up the whole space on the side of the rectangle, but it's very big. And then draw a smaller circle inside for the pupil. And the other eye won't be visible because the head is turned, so just draw this eye. And then around that, let's draw the structure of the eye, the outer structure of the eye socket. So draw a curved line at the top and follow the path, follow the basic path of the guides as you draw this shape. So draw a curved line at the bottom, but make the bottom less angular than the guide. And because this eye is turned the other way, just draw the structure of the eye, but we won't be able to see that eyeball. So just follow the path of the guide and draw the shape of the eye socket, or the structure of the eye. And now let's follow the basic path of the rectangular shape to draw the rest of the hammer-like head. So let's draw a couple of curved lines along the path of the guide to create the shape of the head. So the head is going to be facing forward but slightly turned toward the right, so the middle part of the head will be a little bit to the left of the first circle. So let's draw a curved line that extends from that section to the eye on the right. And then let's draw another curved line to the left, so you form two small hills at the top. And then extend the shape of the eye on the left farther to the right. And these lines don't meet, and that's just the way the head is structured. And then add another sloping line at the top to indicate where the head connects to the body. And at the bottom, draw a couple more sloping lines for the bottom edge of the hammer-like head. And now inside the circular shape along the bottom edge of the rectangular guide, draw a curved horizontal line for the top edge of the open mouth. And then below that, draw another curved line for the bottom edge of the open mouth. So this line slopes down and to the right slightly. And then add a curved line below that for the bottom part of the mouth. It sort of looks like a giant S. And then add a curved line inside for the visible section of the inside of the mouth, and sketch this line lightly and curve the top line inward. And now inside the mouth, draw a series of tiny triangular shapes for the teeth. So draw a row of triangles for the row of teeth. And let's add another row of teeth farther back, so slightly higher up, draw a few more triangles inside the mouth. You can draw as many of these teeth as you'd like. And let's darken the back portion of the mouth. And now on the right side, draw a sloping line to indicate where the mouth connects to the head. And extend the shape of the mouth slightly on the left side. And if you've made it this far, please leave a like and subscribe. It really helps out the channel. And now let's move on to the body. Now darken the triangular shape at the top to create the dorsal fin. And make the top of the fin slightly more curved than the guide. And at the bottom, draw a sloping line to indicate where the fin connects to the body. And darken the triangular shapes at the bottom too for the pectoral fins. And draw a couple of lines inside the fins for the color separation on the skin. And also darken the triangular shapes on the right side to create the shape of the tail. And at the top, draw an extra triangular shape for that section of the tail. So just draw a small triangular shape that points to the right, and then darken the rest of the guide. And now draw another triangular shape on top of the body for another fin. So let's make this triangle slightly smaller than the others. And at the bottom, extend the shape slightly in toward the body to create another small triangle, because that's the way this fin is shaped. And let's add another fin at the bottom that's similar, but this time it's reversed. It's at the bottom, so let's draw a triangle facing downward, and let's curve the top of the triangle slightly to the right. And remember to sketch lightly at first and only darken these shapes when you get the shapes right. And extend the top part of this shape inside the body. And now let's add two more triangular shapes farther to the left for a couple more fins, and then we should be good. And make these fins slightly bigger than the fin on the right side. And this fin curves a little bit less, so just draw a big triangular shape, and then the visible section of the fin on the other side of the body, so draw a smaller triangle. And now all we have to do is darken the outer edges of the initial guides to create the rest of the body. Now erase the initial guidelines for a cleaner drawing. And you don't have to erase all of the guidelines, it's okay if you leave some behind. If you do want to get rid of more of the guidelines, you can use a thin eraser like I'm using. This is a click eraser that works great to get between the final lines and erase most of the guides. And now shade your drawing. Use a dark value to shade the inside of the mouth. You can push down slightly harder on your pencil to get a darker value, or you can use pencils with dark graphite grades like the one I'm using, and this is a 4B graphite grade pencil. Use a medium value to shade the top section of the body. Shade lightly at first and gradually build up to darker values. Shade slowly and evenly to create a smooth texture on the skin. Make the tips of the fins slightly darker. Add some shadows across the body using a lighter value. Shadows will give the figure more dimension and volume. And pick a light source as you shade so that the shadows are consistent throughout the body. Go over the final lines one more time to emphasize the shapes. Shading can be time consuming, so be patient and take breaks. Keep shading until you're happy with the result. And that's it for the Hammerhead Shark. Remember to pause the video to draw at your own pace. Also, please visit howtodrawanimals.com for more tutorials. That's how, and then the number 2, then drawanimals.com. If you'd like to support my channel, please consider buying my books on Amazon. I'll leave a link in the description below. Don't forget to leave a comment, to like the video, and to subscribe. Thank you for watching, and until next time, keep drawing.